Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Lizzie, and for today's video, we are talking My Friend Dahmer. So if you don't know what this film is about, it is based off of a book by the same title that was written by a classmate slash friend of Jeffrey Dahmer's from high school, and the film follows Jeffrey through his teen years. Now, I have not read the book, so I don't know how the film compares to the book. If you have read the book and seen the film, please let me know how they compare to each other in the comments below, because I would love to know. It definitely made me interested in potentially reading the book, or maybe listening to an audio version of it. Now, going into it, I didn't really know what to expect out of it. The film really, again, just follows Jeffrey and this group of friends of his, and really his life throughout his teen years. You see a perspective of his life, of his family life, how he was raised, how he was treated by his family, how he was treated by his classmates, but it doesn't really come from any one person's general point of view. It's just kind of an overview, and I kind of wish that it would have been done from that friend's point of view. I mean, the film is called My Friend Dahmer. It's based off of that book, but the film doesn't just follow his point of view. You get to see parts of Jeffrey's life that, if done from a third party's point of view, you wouldn't see. And I understand wanting to dive into some of the things that may have made him who he was, or affected him in becoming a killer. Whether or not you're someone who believes that people are just born away or their environment can affect them, which the film definitely tests, which is great, and I understand wanting to really dive into that information, but I just think with, again, a film titled like that, it would have been interesting to see it strictly done from one person's point of view, instead of getting all that added information. I kind of think similarly to the way Extremely Wicked, Shockingly Evil and Vile, which is Netflix's show about Ted Bundy, if you haven't seen it. That film is done completely from Liz's perspective, if you didn't know that. So there are aspects of Ted's crimes that you don't see because Liz doesn't know about them. And I think it would have been more interesting if the film had gone that route. And another aspect while watching this film, which they do end up giving you more information about Jeffrey at the end. They do show end screen cards explaining to you that, Jeffrey committed these murders and was eventually arrested and confessed to 17 murders. And so you do eventually get that information, but if someone was to just end the film without seeing those last two cards and they don't know anything about Jeffrey, they may not know that. Now, the film does cover some of the general behavioral signs that people often associate with serial killers, like animal cruelty. There's not too much. You don't really see a whole lot, so just as an FYI. This film really isn't graphic at all, which I was actually really okay with. I did enjoy the film, and I liked the way that it followed Jeffrey's life. These are just some of the things that I feel like I would have preferred a little bit more, and I'm being a little bit, nitpicky about, but they do show some of those kind of signs. But if you're not someone like us who dives into that kind of information and you don't know those things, again, you may be not lost in the film, but you might not grasp that that is what they're explaining or showing. So it's not a bad film. I really liked it. The acting was great across the board. I know that there are some people, kind of like with Zac Efron being cast as Ted Bundy, there's people that have a problem with Ross Lynch, I believe is the actor that plays Jeffrey. He is considered to be attractive outside of this role. I personally find it, and I mean, I do think he is. I think it, he plays Harvey in Sabrina on Netflix, and he's not unattractive, but I personally have a very easy time with distancing an actor from a character and not finding serial killers attractive in these roles. Just like I think Zac Efron did a great job as Ted Bundy, and they made them both very unattractive because throughout watching this, I know about Jeffrey, I know about his crimes, and though there are times where you do feel bad for him, which is kind of, I feel like, the point of the film a little bit, it's easy to remember what he did, and for me to remember that in those moments when I'm like, oh yeah, like, his childhood was pretty shitty, but that's not an excuse for what the fuck he did, in my opinion. But all in all, I did still really enjoy the film. I do think that it is a very interesting way to go about diving into it. If you have not seen this film, I do suggest it. It is available to watch on Hulu, so I do apologize if you're outside of the US, but it might also be on Amazon Prime, I'm not sure. I just watched it on Hulu. If there are any other films about Jeffrey Dahmer that you think I would be interested in, or any other films regarding serial killers that follow kind of this reenactment style, let me know those in the comments below. And if you have seen this film, let me know what your thoughts are on it in the comments below. If you did enjoy this, please do give it a big old thumbs up and make sure you hit that subscribe button for more horror-related content. And I will see you guys again later with another video. Bye! But you don't.